Welcome to Tommy's Reptiles, a channel dedicated to all things reptiles, where I create content showing my pet reptiles, reptiles in the wild, and my reptile DIY projects. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Tommy's Reptiles. In today's video, we'll be talking about frilled dragons, also known as frilled neck lizards, which happen to be my favorite lizard on the entire planet. This guy right here, his name is Squishy, and he's an Indonesian frilled dragon, and I've had him for about, it's almost 6 years now. Squishy here is actually just waking up right now, so the bright lights are probably annoying him, but we're gonna bring him outside, get him some natural sunlight, and we're gonna give him something to eat, and then I'll also show you his partner, which I hope to get eggs from them eventually. Her name is Rattle, and she's also a full-grown adult female frilled dragon. So a lot of times when I bring Squishy out and I walk by my Quince monitor Walter's enclosure, this is Squishy's reaction. Here's his frill. He sees my monitor lizard and he's saying, "Back up, leave me alone, I'm scary." I'm only gonna do this for a second, guys, because I don't wanna stress him out too bad, but in the wild, these guys do it all the time, anytime they see anything that's running towards them. So I would assume that they probably frill up at least a few times a day, probably more. But I wanna just demonstrate why they're called frilled dragons or frilled neck lizards, which is the coolest feature on any lizard in my opinion. But you'll see when Squishy sees my monitor lizard, he's not gonna be happy and he's gonna say, "Get away from me. I'm a threat, I'm scary, I have this giant frill around my neck, it makes me look big, it makes me look intimidating." There he goes, the mighty frilled dragon doing what it does best. Frilling up and showing predators back away. But that's enough for him for today. Now let's give him a treat for being a good boy, right, Squish? Good boy, good boy. I like to come out here, sit down, let him hang out on my lap, soak in some sun rays. See, you guys can see he feels no threats out here. He knows that I'm not gonna hurt him. I've been with him his whole life, and I think he feels safe and protected when I'm out here with him. You know, birds could fly overhead and he won't get scared. But when he was little and I brought him outside, oh man, if a bird flew overhead, he'd be freaking out. But yeah, a lot of people are obsessed with the different variations of frilled dragons. They're all the same lizard, but the ones from Australia oftentimes have cooler colors. Like I've seen black ones with orange and yellow and all that, but to me, they're all the same. I like them all the same. I mean, he's Indonesian and I see some black and orange in his frill. You guys can see he's shedding on his frill. I like to let him shed on his own. I'm not one of those guys who peel the shed off their lizard. It'll come off when it's ready. Good boy, Squishy. There you go, bud. Good boy, Squish. Want another one? I like when they chew, you could see their frill kind of flapping behind them like kind of reminds me of a dog's ear or something. There you go, bud. These guys are so awesome. Now what do I feed these guys? Super worms, crickets, grasshoppers, waxworms, hornworms. Did I say hornworms already? Hornworms and occasional frozen thawed mice, just to get them a protein boost. But yeah, I've tried to just feed them primarily like crickets and stuff like that, but they lost weight and got pretty thin, so I like to give them super worms at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I usually supplement it with some calcium and vitamin powder. All right, Squish, you've been out here for a while. You want to go back inside, get a drink? I'll introduce everyone to your girlfriend. How's that sound? All right, good boy, buddy. Yeah, his skin is nice and warm to the touch. I mean, there's nothing better for these guys than natural sunlight. Give them a little scratch behind the frill. Areas they can't reach themselves. Good boy, bud. Let's go inside. I like to kind of pick him up like this and let him climb on my hand. And then he kind of just climbs right up on it and perches there. And then I'll just walk him in. I'm a little sweaty, so he's slipping, but Yeah, you ready to go inside, bud? All right, guys, pardon the mess. So this is my reptile room. It's kind of been the same for a while. It's about to have big changes, but I keep Squishy down on the bottom left here. We're gonna get him a bigger enclosure for him and his girlfriend, but I keep him down on the bottom left right here, and it's got a couple climbs, one under the UV and one under the heat bulb, and got a little nest box. And we've only gotten eggs once, but they were all duds. But in the future, I think we'll get some good ones. I'm gonna put him right back here under the UV bulb where it's actually a little cooler because he was just out in the heat. See if he stays up there. Oh, you wanna hop down? Go ahead, bud. And this is his girlfriend, Rattle. She's just about to finish shedding, and we'll see if she's hungry. I hope she is, because she hasn't really been. Once in a while, she goes on like long periods of time where she doesn't have an appetite, and I think it has something to do with like eggs or something. But looks like she's hungry now, which is a great sign. So I'll feed her to her heart's content. There you go, girl. And we gotta keep Squishy away because he's gonna try to steal her food, even though he just had a big snack. Good girl. Yeah, she's been shedding for like a few weeks. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I gotta crank up or turn down the humidity, but Squishy sheds like pretty quick, and hers usually takes like twice as long. Yeah, she's a good girl though. Let's give Squishy a little worm on the floor, see if he chases it. Distract him so he stops stealing his girlfriend's food. Oh, you dropped it. Hold on, girl. There you go. Man, am I glad she's hungry. I was getting worried for a second. I gave her a big, juicy hornworm like 2 or 3 days ago, and she loved it, but then she wouldn't eat a second one, and then a day or two later, I started offering her these worms again, and she didn't want them, but it looks like today she does, which is great. Good boy, Squish. All right, guys. I'm gonna finish feeding her. I'll probably give her like 5 more, and then I'm gonna put Squishy back and see if they want something to drink. All right, guys, they finished eating. They're back in their enclosure, and usually once or twice a day, I offer them a drink out of this little too powerful misting machine, but we'll see. And I also mist them down like this, kind of give them a little bath. Helps with their shedding, and then I offer them a drink. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching Tommy's Reptiles.